Hello, awakened beings. Welcome to this channel. Here I do tarot and oracle readings to support you along your spiritual journey. If that interests you, feel free to check out any other content on the channel as well as interact with this video as you feel called to. Today's reading is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising, February 2026 predictions. So let's go. Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Well, this thing like threw itself on my table. Okay, Ace of Needles. So something needs to be said. You're going to be saying something or somebody's going to be saying something to you. This is like rapid communication, so I would expect it within like the first 2 weeks of February. Okay, so you could be hearing back. Honestly, it feels more electronically, but doesn't have to be that. But yeah. I feel like you're going to be in communication about something. Somebody needs to share their thoughts about something. It could be, clearing the air, closure. But for some of you, I do feel like it's like a work related. Okay. What else? For some of you, it could be like a response around like an editor or something. Like I feel like you might have submitted some work to something. Okay. Like submitted some sort of writing for publishing, submitted some sort of project to be reviewed and approved, like something like that. I do also feel I feel like less energy. So I feel like this is something that you just could have put like a lot of time and energy into, or something that's been weighing on you that you really just need for it to be resolved. You need to get an answer or hear back, because it just seems like you are, yeah, I don't know, just more like it's weighing on you, and kind of you're spending a lot of time thinking about it. That's what it is. Like a lot of your energy is going to this particular thing, and so it's taking your energy away from like other stuff. Okay. Okay, and we've got the Star card. We got two presents here. Let's go ahead and dive in. I feel like that was like a water reference. I don't know if you feel more comfortable in the water. Okay. Or spirit can be communicating some sort of a cleansing, but it just seems more so like, yeah, water is relaxing for you and could be healing. So you might be partaking in something water related for the month of February. Okay. Let's see here. We got two of presents, which is about, balancing, choosing one thing over another, over another. Okay, we got Ace of Needles. We already went through that. We've got Three of Candles. Communicating about a vision that you're hopeful for. So there's something that... Okay, so this Ace of Needles, whatever you're focusing your attention on, and so like I said, I was picking up on some sort of a project, or like you submitted something and you need feedback on it, or need somebody's approval, or maybe you're a content creator and you submitted it just like out to the audience, out to the world, and so you're kind of like anticipating what kind of feedback you get, that kind of thing. Or you're, going through different ideas. But at the end of the day, the air element is highly being utilized by you, mentally and verbally or electronically. Just there's communication flowing. Thoughts are flowing. And so with that, I feel like your ambition and energy, I picked up on it, where like your energy is really going into this particular thing, and it's something that you have faith in. It's something that you feel like is spiritually aligned. It's something that you would like to progress, that you see a future with. You're looking forward to, how to be innovative or how to be more creative. And it just seems like this is something you want to lead your life. So, it's giving very heavy on like either content creation or entrepreneurship, hobby turned into business. Like it's giving very much like self-starter or paving a way for your own self. That it's giving a lot of that, especially with the Two of Presents. And then we've got Queen of Needles here. Queen of Needles is very articulate. She is intelligent. She's very classy, graceful. But she can be kind of cold-hearted if she's, unbalanced. But the way that she's showing up in this reading is that she feels very poised. And that she's choosing to conduct herself in a manner that is conducive to her dream state. So like, I feel like you envision yourself in this way. Not to say that you're not, in this element already, but it just feels like you envision yourself to be more like highly desired or in the limelight, highlighted, acknowledged, just like yeah, very fancy, stylish. And so this is giving somebody who, may enjoy like the finer things out of life, that just wants more, that feels deserving of more. And so with this Two of Presents, I highly feel that it's more so about like your path, where you want the path that I just described. You want to be, in charge of yourself or lead yourself. And you want to move based on your own ideas and your own desire. So like I said, it's giving, leadership, entrepreneurship, that kind of thing. Okay. We have this Judgment card. And so for the month of February, it does seem like there's this opportunity for, new creation of self. And so, like I said, I did mention, like, if this isn't the element that you're currently in, it does feel like something that you're striving into. So I do feel like you're manifesting or, changing your actions or getting downloads and thoughts about how a new way that you envision yourself. Okay. And so it seems like with this Judgment card, you're looking at your experience, you're looking at your habits, you're looking at your life and being like, what do I need to release in order to, be this person that I envision myself to be, or to maintain this vision of myself that I desire to be, or, obtain this lifestyle that I desire to have. Okay, Two of Presents, it can be about balance, but ultimately it's like choice. Okay, so I feel you, leaning into your decision making, which of course we have Queen of Needles here, who is, the decision maker. She's very wise and intelligent, and she makes her decisions with patience. Okay, she doesn't rush. She takes her time, and she waits until she has all the information to make a decision. So I definitely feel like you're balancing, like, your intuition, because the Star card, this card to me feels very spiritual, because it has to do with the dreams. It has to do with dream state. And so I definitely feel like you're taking your dreams or, what you envision, and you're being very logical about it when you bring it down into 3D, right? So I do feel like there's a little bit more of a plan. And I really like this for you because you got the air element, the fire element, and a little bit of water here as the star, right? So I just feel, and then we do have some earth, right? So I feel like you've got all the elements on the board that just kind of give you a nice sturdy grounding of your plan of action, for Judgment here. And so with the Page of Presents, I do feel like you're moving to create something. Eight of Presents, you're continuing it. You could be switching some things up. This kind of feels that with this Eight of Presents, I feel like trial and error, because you got this person wearing this color in red and then the other color. They're very much kind of like opposite color coded. And so I feel like you could be trying something a certain way, but then you're experimenting. Yeah, it's giving more experimentation with this Ace of Needles, because like I said, you're getting some sort of like ideas coming in. And so for those of you who are waiting on a response from somebody in particular or something, dang, I lost it. Oh, for those of you who are waiting on a particular response, like regarding work or something like that, it could be something that like you haven't done, or like it feels very risky, like you are so here's an example. This doesn't have to be your story, but like oftentimes people get into comedy because like off of a dare. Like you'll hear comedians like, "Oh yeah, my friend dared me to go up there and talk about makeup stuff for 30 minutes or blah blah blah," and then now they have like a whole career as a comedian, right? So I share that to say, with whatever you submitted or whatever thoughts came in, whatever this air element represents for your situation, it just kind of seems like you're taking a risk with it, especially with the Eight of Presents, where I was picking up on this mismatch where you're switching something up. Like it's almost like something that is, I'm not going to say completely out of your field, but it just feels like something you just thought of, and then you're like, yeah, I can see myself doing that. Let me envision this more, and then weigh the options, think about it, and you're like, yeah, you know what, I want to do that. Like, how do I get this going, right? And so this card of Page of Presents, this is my card of like, waking up out of a dream and being like, yeah, I can make that happen. Let me get to work. So I'm sharing that to say, it just seems like something crosses your mind, and you're laying the groundwork down by extending yourself. And when I say extending yourself, I mean like putting yourself out there, putting yourself out to be seen, to be heard, and you're thinking very logically of what your steps are. Okay, anything else? Let's get some oracle in here. Impartiality. Acceptance. Yeah, you're definitely putting something out to like be judged or critiqued or to be viewed. Okay. So I definitely feel like your Queen of Needles is showing up as like you're open to feedback. Okay, you're taking the feedback and accepting it and taking it to improve. So with this impartiality card, I feel like you're not getting super emotional or like being super hurt and stuff like that. You're actually taking the information that comes back, and it's like you're almost taking it like a challenge of like, okay, yeah, I can be better at this. I can make this happen. And then with the Judgment card, it's like, okay, yeah, I tried this, cross it off. What's next? I'll try this, cross it off. So this could even indicate like you applying to something over and over, or submitting work to different publishers, or, something like that. I just feel like you're not, what is the word? It's on the tip of my tongue. You're not deterred. You're not deterred by a no or lack of response, or the fact that you are trying something new or different. So I really love that for you. All right, anything else? Navigation. So the biggest thing about this card is that there's a light at the front of this fish. Okay, and you also have, look at here. I love this. You got a light in front and you got a light in front. Okay, so I definitely feel like this is Spirit just kind of letting you know that like your dreams have what's the word? they have substance. Okay, so it's not just, when you have dreams and they're like all wonky and weird and you're like, what the heck did that mean? No, this is something that has substance. It has weight to it. Okay, so it's something that you can really bring into 3D, you can really work at and make something out of it. Okay, Emperor, which is confirmation of entrepreneur. Okay, you being in the lead, you being top dog seat. Okay, so yeah, and then also just really quick, because I feel like this is important, and you've got Queen of look, you got Knight of Candles and you have Queen of Candles as well, of just kind of keeping that fire lit, keeping it going. Queen of Candles is also a card of entrepreneurship to me, because black cats, they do what they want. Okay, cats in general are, so I'm going to share this real quick. I'm an empath, and so I can tune into people's energies and their feelings and stuff. And so oftentimes I cry for other people and all that. But anyways, so I asked Spirit, okay, hey, how can I keep that in check, right? And so Spirit told me cats. Cat energy is very independent, and so they're less swayed by other energies because they move basically to the beat of their own drum, right? And so actually when I move about in the world, I have this cat amulet, and the intention of me wearing that is to keep my energy as mine and to ward off other people's energy. So anyways, with me sharing that is, I don't know, I just felt like that would be helpful. And also, you have a black cat, you have 2 wands cards, and I think, I'm like, don't you have more wands? You had 3 wands, I think, under here. Yeah. Anyways, with all this wands in your reading, I just feel like this is Spirit communicating on top of this navigation and the light in front of your nose, that you just keep your desire going, keep your ambition going, keep your fuel for purpose, because that's just keep it lit. That's what's gonna help you. And I definitely see you doing that already, especially with this acceptance card, where it's just kind of like, oh, okay, I heard you, I see what you're saying, I'm gonna keep going. So anyways, I really love this for you, that you got this navigation and this light in front of yourself that's really guiding you. Okay, so don't ever feel like you're alone. All right, let's go ahead and give you one more card, please. Oh, that flipped out all weird. Self-sufficiency, y'all. Self-sufficiency. The ultimate self-sufficiency is relying on God. It doesn't mean hiding in a cave and saying, I don't need people. Instead, it's saying, God is my source and I'm willing to receive all the help, love, and support that wants to come. Okay, so real quickly with this card, when it says, it doesn't mean hiding in a cave. Hold on, sorry. There we go. When it says, it doesn't mean hiding in a cave and saying, I don't need people. So oftentimes self-sufficiency, or people think like being independent is like, okay, I can do everything on my own. But if you really think about it, nothing in life is done on your own. When you buy a house, okay, you had to give somebody the money. Okay, when you buy groceries, the groceries come from somewhere. Somebody pulled them up. And then maybe you're like, oh, well, I grow my own fruits and vegetables. Okay, well, you had to get the seeds from somewhere. Okay, you're relying on the land of the earth. So basically, nothing is obtained by ourselves. All right, so the point is, when the divine, the creator, whoever, sometimes help can be sent through people. People are sent to help you, to mentor you, sometimes they're just meant to say a few words and be on their way, okay? And so help, support, those things come in mysterious ways that we may not acknowledge right away as people, like source, the creator, God, working through people. We might not recognize that right away, okay? So that is an important message from this card of like, yes, you got a bunch of leadership skills. You're very smart. You're very ambitious and things like that. And I see you doing very well and being guided and, good to go. But this message came out about just pay attention and be open to what is coming your way, because it could be spirit working through somebody else to give you a message or give you guidance or give you support. Okay, so that is your reading, Pisces. Take care. Good luck on your journey.